ॐ अज्ञानतिमिरन्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरुवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपकदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकं। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरोः श्रीयुतापद्कमलं श्रीगुरून् वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं सागरजातां सागना रघुनाथां वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनासहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्री राधा कृष्ण पादान सगना ललिता श्री विशाखावतांश नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्ण प्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्ति वेदांत स्वामी नामने नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पासादिस्तान ने वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धु एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। नमो महावदन्नाय कृष्ण प्रेम प्रदायते कृष्णाय कृष्ण चैतन्य नामने गौरसे नमः। हे कृष्ण करुणा सिंधु दीनबंधु जगतपते गोपसा गोपिका कांता राधा कांता नमस्ते। तप्त कांचन गौरांगी शिरादेवी वृंदावनेश्वरी विश्वभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये नीलाचल निवासाय नित्य परमात्मने बलभद्र सुभद्राभ्याम जगन्नाथाय ते नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। Give me a minute, I'll share PPT with all of you. Uh, yes. Okay. So we are discussing about that flute playing pastime. And after flute drops from the hand of Madhumangal and uh, Sangeet Vidya takes it. Then after that, what happens is that time Balramji was enjoying throwing colors at his beloved gopis, as you can see in the slide. So at that time, one foolish demon named Sangachuda, who was servant of Kuvera, who was a yaksha, and so he happened to come there. So this lowly yaksha had no sense of proprietary, and he came to rob the jewels of Balramji's gopis. So he came with that purpose. And actually he came to even capture the gopis also. He tried to control them with a stick. So like like death, he just leaped in front of all of them. So Sangasuda was looking like a man delirious from hot sun. So leaping from a tall tree into the mirage of an oasis of cooling water produced by the rays of sun. So like when there is a mirage, person may think that there is a uh, cooling water there, but what one gets in return is the hot sand. So similarly, he was thinking, I will get jewels, I'll get these girls, but then what he was about to get is death. So that is why Kavi Kanpur is comparing him to a foolish grasshopper who jumps into the fire while thinking it to be a effulgence of forest of succulent herbs. So herbs, they give this sign, and because fire also signs, thinking it to be like a herb, grasshopper enters inside and dies. So he was like that. Or he's compared to a frog leaping at a snake so that he can grab the jewel on the hood of the snake. But suddenly, snake will grab him, eat him up. Or he's compared to an antelope approaching a lion with an idea that is signing many the field of ripe grains. So antelope may think, oh, nice grains are there in the mane of the lion and goes in front of that. He'll be certainly killed. So he's compared to that also. So now you can see in the next slide. Yeah. Uh, uh, yes. So then what happened is, with the crest jewel firmly fastened to his turban, Sangachuda raised his arms and started frightening the girls. And these gopis of Balramji, they were trembling like a deer in front of a powerful wolf. So gopis started crying, "Oh Balram, oh Krishna, please protect us, please protect us." And before Balramji heard those painful cries, Krishna quickly stopped his holy pastimes and immediately came there. And as soon as the Yaksha saw Krishna coming, he began to run because he already had heard about Krishna from Kansa. Actually, he was coming back from Mathura. So, okay, maybe at the end I'll tell his pastime. What happened with Kansa? So he was just coming after meeting Kansa. So Yaksha started fleeing in haste, but Krishna ran after him so quickly that his feet didn't appear to touch the ground. He was running so fast. And Balramji also, he was also angry at the disturbance. He also ran after this Yaksha. So he, seeing Krishna and Balram in their pursuit of killing him, so first this rascal started hurling dirty insults on Krishna Balram, and he discarded the jewels which he was like collecting from these gopis. Then, filled with anxiety, Sangchuda rapidly fled for his life as if he's mounted in some aeroplane. So then, displaying his anger, this demon roared very loudly and he started running away. And after running and running and running, he started seeking with exhaustion. So as Krishna chased the demon wherever he went, he was looking like lions running after a regal elephant, or Garuna chasing after a snake, or hawk pursuing a crow. So Krishna, who the best of all men, and he easily pleases surrendered devotees. So he grabbed Sangchuda by his hairs and through his hands, which were as soft as lotus, now same hands became as hard as back of a tortoise. So they become so hard. Like with the back of the tortoise, even if you throw a brick will break. The back of the tortoise won't break. So it was so hard. So he made a fist out of it. And using that fist, Krishna removed the wicked demon's head along with the crest jewel. You can see in the next slide. Yes. So this gem which he got from Sangachuda was fine workmanship and was very pleasing to look at. And now you can see in the next slide. Yeah. So feeling exclusively delightful, Krishna gave this jewel to his elder brother Balram, as Balramji's gopis were looking at. Now I'll tell you some little pastime background of Sangachuda. Sangachuda is basically expansion of Sridama. So what happened is, in the spiritual world, once Krishna went and he met with a gopi whose name was Viraja, who comes as Viraja Nadi. So she's also personality in the spiritual world. So this Viraja was staying with Krishna for many years. She was there with Krishna, and here Radharani was waiting for Krishna to come. But when Krishna didn't arrive, and and Radharani came to know that Krishna is there with Viraja, Radharani became very upset. So along with many gopis, he went to the place where Krishna was there with Viraja, and there gopis, because there were millions of gopis along with Radharani, so they went there and they saw that that place was guarded by the gopas. So they tied all the gopas, and then Radharani rushed inside. When Radharani rushed inside, so that time Krishna could sense that Radharani has come, so Krishna disappeared from there. And there is a, I don't want to go in detail of the pastime. So what Krishna disappeared, and Krishna and Radha also had some children. 7 children were there. And then Radharani became angry. She went back, and Vrida started thinking that maybe Krishna had disappeared because these children are creating mischief. Krishna came back, and then they were fighting. Then Krishna again disappeared. So when second time Krishna disappeared from that place, Virja cursed them to go to the mortal world, and they appeared as 7 oceans. So in Bhumandala, 7 oceans are there. They are the sons of Virja. And then Krishna told them, "Don't worry, these 7 oceans will remain under your vigilance in the material world." So that's how these 7 oceans appeared. And then Krishna went back, cutting short, to back to meet Radharani. And Radharani was very angry. So as soon as Krishna entered in the place where Radharani was there, all the gopis were saying, "You offended Radharani. She won't talk to you." And then Krishna was trying by so many means to meet Radharani, console her. Radharani was not listening at all. And finally, Krishna became very frustrated in his attempts, and he went out of the house. So when he went out of the house, and Sridhama saw Krishna being so morose, so Sridhama became very angry. So he went and he started telling to Radharani, "What do you think who you are? Krishna is Supreme Personality of Godhead, and he can create many Radhas like you. So no use of you being angry." And when he was speaking like that, Radharani became very angry. Radharani said that you have so much love for her father, but not for the universal mother. So don't you think that I know that Krishna is Supreme Personality of Godhead? I also know Krishna is Supreme Personality of Godhead. So Radharani cursed him that he should become a demon in the material world. And then Sridham also cursed Radharani, saying that you will have to meet 100 years of separation from Krishna. So then Krishna fulfilled both of their desires here. So this same, so Krishna came. Krishna said that don't worry. This was ultimately destiny. Destiny means his desire only. So he said that when we go in material world, Radharani, that time we will have separation for 100 years. And he told Sridhama that one of your expenses will appear as Sankachuda, and ultimately I will deliver. So this same Sankachuda is here. And okay, I think I can speak because it comes little later also. So this same Sankachuda, he was wandering everywhere and trying to and challenging people for fights. Finally, he happens to come to Mathura, and he challenges Kansa for a fight. So both Kansa and Sankachuda have fight for days together. But finally, none of them were able to defeat each other. At that time, Gargamuni appears there and says that both of you will not be able to defeat each other. The reason being that both of you are destined to be killed only by Vishnu, no one else. And then Sankachuda and Kansa had a friendship. And then Sankachuda was about to go back to Alkapuri, the place of the Kuvera. On the way, he went through Vrindavan. And that is where this episode happened. And after this episode, again, Sankachuda enters in the body of Sridhama because he was Ansa of Sridhama. Yes, Jan, bro?
Yes, so when did the 100 years of separation happen between Radha and Krishna?
So after Krishna left Vrindavan at the age of 11,
Oh, okay.
and then he came back, it was like 111 years. So in between, there was like times when Krishna did come back, but that was like very temporary. So in that sense, it's 100 years.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay, Hari Hari. So now this is how they got this jewel now. Now let us see what happens. So again, the pastime of fruit, which was interpreted by Sankachuda, continued. Yes. So then, in a playful mood, Krishna met again with his beloved gopis, gopas, who were expert in singing in different scales, notes, fitting
Yes.
notes, etc. And Krishna celebrated his eternal pastimes with these eternal associates, uh, who are Chintamani's personified touchstones of all pleasure arts. So when Krishna met them with them again, it was like sputtering wick regaining its bright flame. So when you put oil again, and the flame of the lamp is wavering, it again gets life. So again, all these gopas and gopis got life again. So like a dried up pond filling with water again during monsoon season. So it is compared to that also. Like during the summer season, the pond dries up, season again gets filled up. So similarly, when Krishna returned, again all gopas and gopis, they got life. Now we will do again pastimes. Or it is compared to dilapidated palace restored by repairs. So it is again restored. So now Krishna, pretending to search for his flute, he started making false accusations on different gopis. So he went to one gopi and said, Gopi, you are a thief. And then he went to another gopi and he said, You are a thief. You are the one who has stolen my precious flute. And then he came to the assistants of Chandravali. And these assistants, their hearts melted with love. So then Krishna started ripping open their bodices and he started searching for the flute. That you have hidden the flute, you have hidden the flute. And all these gopis, they scolded Krishna with frowning faces, charming smiles. And Gopi said, O associate of Kusumasa, such bad conduct is just what we expect of you. We knew you will do such things. How could the flute suddenly slip from your hand and hide in our bodices? And if we have stolen your attractive flute, then you may punish us severely. But there is no possibility for flute to hide within our bodices. But actually, it is not true. If it is not true, then we will take away your necklace and Kaustuva jewel as a wager. So if you win, you can punish us. And if we win, we will take your Kaustuva jewel and you will take your necklace also. And then with great pride, Chandravali spoke. She said, O arrogant fellow who gives pain to the women, Kusumasa was the one who forcibly had taken your flute. So which we wanted to steal it, but he took it. So he took it from your hand. Don't you remember that? So now Kusumas became so upset and he said, when you say the flute we wanted to steal shows that you had intention to steal the flute. That means you must have stolen the flute. And what proof you have to say that I forcefully took the flute from Krishna? Chandravali replied, oh, everybody here witnessed that. So Kusma said, Krishna, you seeing? They all are my enemies. And Chandravali said, your friend there is also a witness. He also has seen that you have taken the flute. And Kusuma said, that can't be true. If that's true, then why did my pure minded friend Krishna open your clothing to look for it? That means you are the ones who have stolen the flute. Therefore, it is certain that you ladies have stolen that best of the fruits. So your statement has proven to be downright lies that I have stolen the fruit. So speaking like this, Kusumasa, who is clever, fearless, effulgent, again spoke to Krishna. And he said, Krishna, I think Sangeet Vidya, the goddess of music, has stolen your flute, not these gopis. And actually, Sangeet Vidya had stolen the flute. Hmm. So now you can see the next slide. Uh, okay, yeah, yes. So hearing this, clever Sangeet Vidya became very afraid And with a graceful gait, she went to Lalita. And with a side glance, he passed the fruit to Lalita without anyone noticing it. And then, after she gave fruit to Lalita, then she spoke. So, before she spoke, Kusma noticed. She said, Krishna, Sangeet Vidya's gestures and movements shows that she has stolen the fruit. So he said, friend, the Sangeet Vidya has really stolen the companion of your hand, the flute. She has definitely taken it. Because when we were jokingly mentioning her name, intending to mean the goddess of music, Sangeet Vidya, she took it as meaning herself and she became so fearful. Hmm. So हिंदी भी से चोर की दाढ़ी में तिनका. So that is a sign that she is a thief. So hearing this, Sangeet Vidya stepped forward while Lalita was hiding the fruit behind her back. And with a astonishing smile, Sangeet Vidya said, oh little boy, what is this? You are a big bit of deceit. How could I ever steal a flute while playing in the holy festival? How is that possible? You are heartless. What use have I in stealing the flute? What will I do with the flute? If you accuse people of lying, please understand that you are committing a serious sin. You talk too much, you are too talkative. You are incarnation of injustice. It is not necessary to speak such false words that I have stolen the flute. So immediately go away. Today I have been merciful and spared you from punishment. Next time, if you do such a thing, I'll punish you. And when Sangeeta Vidya spoke like that, everybody was having mild smiles. So Krishna was also smiling, and he derived more pleasure from boldly attacking the gopis while searching for the flute because he was having intimate pastimes with them. Because he was searching the flute in their clothes. So surrounded by gopis who could not be submissive because of their bold natures, Krishna, who was wearing Vajanti Mala, finally stopped the search in the gopis. And disregarding Lalita's show of pride that always manifests newer and newer features, Krishna touched her with lotus hand. Now Krishna caught Lalita because Lalita was having that fruit. And Lalita, who is expert in all arts, secretly slipped fruit in the hand of Radharani now. Because she knew I will be caught. And now because she has already passed the fruit, Lalita became very fearless and without hesitation she spoke. So she said, O Agasudana, killer of Aga, though I am innocent, you insist on touching me because you are being mad with pride of love. So I will stop this display of impudence born of your pride. So I'm not lying. I didn't take your flute. And then Lalita opened her bodice to prove it that I didn't take your flute. So showing her brilliant white teeth as he smiled, Lalita continued, oh, one under the spell of pride and lust. Please remember that you were running after Sangachuda and maybe, possibly, your flute fell to the ground at that time. So that's why your attempts to corner me have proven fruitless. It's not me. Somehow you dropped the flute here and there. Then Kusumasa was noticing and he said, Krishna, then the thief must be Radharani only. Radha must be among the fruit. And when Krishna heard that, yeah, so this was okay, yeah. So when Krishna was heard that, Krishna said, "O intelligent one, it must be certainly Radharani. Radharani must have stolen the fruit. So I'll search for the fruit now within Radharani." So just when the crest jewel of witty behavior started to search Radharani, one of the gopis of Balramji, she presented that jewel from Sankachuda to Radharani. And she told to Radharani, O Radha, endowed with all good qualities, listen to me. Balramji is offering this jewel to you, so please accept it. And This incredible effulgence of Sangsuda's crest jewel lit up the heavenly planets. It brought more happiness than 8 mystic siddhis. So actually, this is the same Samantak jewel. Our acharyas give the entire pashrams of that. It comes in various other literatures. Because Radharani is one of the expansions Satyabhama. So she entered in Sun planet, expansion of Radharani. And when Satyajit uh, did tapasya of Suryadev, so that time he got Satyabhama along with this jewel, Samantak jewel. So this was the same jewel. So that's what our Acharya has spoken. Hmm. So now you can see in the next slide. Yeah. Oh, yes. So when Radhani gladly extended her hand to accept the jewel, suddenly her body slackened and the fruit fell on the ground. And as soon as the fruit fell on the ground, Madhumangal's face lit up. So he was start slapping his armpits, twisting his neck, stepping forward in a crooked manner, contorted his body. He clapped his hands and he was laughing in a raucous voice. Surrounded by his laughing and friends, Krishna smiled and ridiculed Lalita. Krishna said, "Oh, Lalita, unrepentant one, you have spoken truthfully. While running after the demon, Sangashuda, my flute, seeing our preoccupation with the jewels of Sangashuda, felt very neglected and fell on the ground. Now just see Radharani's preoccupation with the same jewel. Earlier when I took the jewel, then it fell. No. Again Radharani took also the same jewel. And that's why now my flute has again become angry and fallen on the ground. So Krishna started ridiculing Lalita now. And then Kusumasa said, he said, Krishna, I told now, this jewel is there with Radharani. So this is the intelligence of Brahaspati. So such an intelligence of Brahaspati can't be found in anyone of your age. It's I who found that the fruit is there with Radharani. And anyway, it is not astonishing that Radha, whose perfect, faultless, auspicious form takes away my friend's intelligence, Krishna's intelligence, has also stolen his enchanting flute, whose form is inauspicious, which is filled with holes. But Krishna, the amazing thing is that you saw that I had taken that fruit from you. So how did it went to Radharani? So, friend with the hue of tamal tree, now please take your celebrate fruit. So he spoke like that. So in this way, Krishna rejoicing with pleasure to the flute and played it very sweetly. And all the beautiful gopis displayed various symptoms of ascetic bliss. And that is how the festival came to close. Krishna Bhagavan ki jai. Now we'll go to the next pastime, the swing festival, Jhulan Yatra or Jhulan Leela. Okay. Yes. So many devotees try to depict it and make it in the temples, ISKCON temples. They take it from Anand and Champu only. So I remember Albert Road when I was there, 2 times at least I saw. They made it depending on this detail. So stealing of Krishna's flute occurred in the middle of springtime, the holy festival. And yet on another day, Krishna performed Jhulan Yatra, swing festival, which is perfect object of meditation for those who desire the taste of devotion. So on that day, the sweet pastimes of Radha and Krishna far surpass the sporting of the demigods and their wives in the Nandankanan gardens. So this chapter describes Krishna's ascetic swing festival, which is incomprehensible in the three worlds. So this swing festival was held in a special place in Vrindavan, which was bordered by a line of desire trees of equal heights, with round trunks and branches intertwined, leaving a bare space in the middle. So that very fine Moon rays and some sun rays can come there. The line of these trees appeared like a wall of sapphire jewels. So, besides the birds inhabiting those trees, the presiding deities of the forest, the Vanadevis, they had placed various items in the trees, including chamaras, silk cloth, long strand of pearls, jewels, fruits, flowers. So that is how they decorate all the trees so that Jhulan Yatra can be celebrated. So a square shaped golden stage stood in the center of the decorated trees, as you can see here. In the middle of the stage was a jeweled kunja with four doors. Four Harichandan trees stood as pillars in the corner of the kunja. The intertwining of the trees' upper branches formed an overhead canopy. The swing hung on thin golden ropes tied to the branches of the Harichandan trees. So this arena appeared in the center. Each Gopi group leader had a personal kunja with a swing in the four directions radiating from the central arena. So there were like a one swing in between, and there were many swings in the other sides. The other arenas lined with pleasant dev taru trees radiated green all around and resonated with singing of young cooing birds. Coo, coo, they were singing songs. This served as embodiments of festivity for the entire earth. So one swing hung from each pair of trees, and sitting platforms for the gopis encircled the bases of the trees. So under the base of the tree, there were like sitting platforms, and the swings were also there. Golden chains tied securely to the branches of the trees hung down in straight lines. Hmm. So of course, yeah, yes. So other trees, they'll come gradually. Yeah. So herd of deer flocked about joyfully in the flat open land surrounding the kunjas. The hearts of everyone immediately filled with joy just by seeing that areas which were illuminated by Chintamani gems and were by the trees as brilliant as coral. The top branches of the trees joined to form natural green canopies. Gazing upward forever, one could not find the top of the trees. So the trees were too tall. It's like when a huge building is there, you can't see at the top. So these trees were too tall. The moonlight filtering through the canopies of the trees made small filaments of light on the floor. And in this way, these rays, when they were falling on the ground, they were looking like piles of sesame and rice. And female deers were thinking it to be food and they were trying to lick it, eat it. Four kunjas mandapas were so similar that even the devatas could not distinguish them only by the placement of different directions. So all these kunjas were looking similar, and only way to find was which is in the north, which is in the northeast, etc. In those areas, the Vanadevis had stretched a canopy in preparation for swing festival. The scattered moonlight appeared like pearl belts. It was coming like this from the deities of the direction, broken by the steady wind and broadcast on the earth out of respect for the land of Vrindavan. So it was looking very beautiful. It was like moon rays coming from a sieve. It was looking like that. It appeared as if all the stars in the sky in great bliss left their positions to come offer respect to the land of Vrindavan. Pieces of rustling silk cloth from the goddess of the sky formed the rooftops of the kunjas and hung down, quivering like tongues trying to lick the dust of Vrindavan. So these silk cloths were looking like tongues trying to lick the dust of Vrindavan. The nets of pearls hanging from that cloth were swinging gently in the soft breeze and pleasantly resounding like tingling ankle bells. They were making that sound like that. The forest gods had decorated the canopies with strings of various kinds of fruits. and with fine scented chamaras resembling white lotuses born from the sky, or swans flying up from the lake of moonlight. The swing arena carried the celestial scent of aguru fumes. mm, Drops of perfume squeezed from the kalpadroma trees. It was perfuming the entire atmosphere. And the piles of camphor dust, which made lines of white smoke in the sky. So camphor dust was there. So this is also very fragrant. It was making smoke in the sky. Impatient and anxious to begin the swing festival, all the devatas with their wives, and then siddhas, vidyadharas, charanas, kinnaras, these are playing their instrument as they arrived in Vrindavan. So they came in Vrindavan in their celestial aeroplanes. In a jubilant mood, the gentle goddess from different forests, Vandevis, carrying various festival ingredients in their hands, assembled in Vrindavan. So they were arranging all the things. So with friendship, kindness, and all good qualities, they finished decorating the swing arena and built an impressive entrance, which was decorated with best of the garlands. From all directions, flocks of joyful birds came there. They were fluttering to broadcast the sweetness of swing festival. They perched peacefully on the twigs and branches of the trees around the arena. Eager to see the wonderful swing festival, the birds sang the glories of Krishna with their own heart sung in delight. So they were birds were also singing like Suk and Sari. They chant the names of the Lord. Gaura bole Hari Hari, Sari bole Hari Hari. So Suk and Sari, all these birds were singing. Forgetting all troubles and impelled by curiosity, varieties of deer gathered there in the kunjas. And all these deers were looking like painting figures because they are motionless. And now you can see the next slide. Yeah. This is how gopis come there. So appearing as if they had not been attracted to the forest by sound or Krishna's flute like before, or they had not abandoned their household duties like before when Krishna played on the flute, or they were not opposed by the elders like before. All these two-eyed gopis, who were like touchstones for pleasurable pastimes, suddenly manifested out of nowhere, as if they have directly come from desert trees. So suddenly all the gopis came there in the scene, colored with kumkum, their lions glistening, ready for dancing. All these gopis were wearing fluffy petticoats, which were covered with fine silk dresses, extending their ankles. They had glittering bodices, beautifying their breasts. Their effulgent bodies were adorned with festive colored sashes and tinkling waist belts. They were also wearing waist belts, kargani. The soft rounded shoulders of the gopis rivaled the flower bow of Cupid. And gopis had tucked flower arrows in their girdles and held flower bombs in their hands for playing Holi, basically. In the arena of the artful, amusing swing pastime, the blissful gopis appeared like the incarnation of Rati, who is the wife of Kamadev. Some gopis had flower pollen sachets hidden in their golden waist belts to play Holi. Those bags of pollen seemed like accumulated wells of their skill in lovemaking, which they had collected over a long period of time for purchasing jewel of Krishna's mind, basically. So that was all to attract Krishna. Some gopis held thousands of flasks filled with fragrant aguru, musk, camphor, and sandalwood ointments. So that is how Vrindavan holy was played. So it's not like the way we have chemical colors now. So these thin, delicate flasks would break open with a breath. So actually, they are made up of. Even now, you'll find in some places in Vrindavan and Rajasthan, you'll find they have this cover made of lac. As soon as you throw it, the color spreads like that. Others carried in ingeniously designed syringes filled with flower essences, kumkum water, sandal water, musk water. Nowadays, you don't get musk. What to say? Getting other things. The gopis looked like well armed soldiers ready for the battle of love, anxiously awaiting the arrival of Radha and Krishna to start the festival. Each of the gopis were jewel among women and who were more beautiful than the soldiers of Cupid. That means they were the most beautiful because Cupid carries all these soldiers to attract the people by through lust. But then these gopis were more beautiful than them. And they thought, so each of the gopis thought that they would swing first in the swing. Gopis entered the four areas around the main arena while discussing this among themselves. Oh, we'll swing, I'll swing, I'll swing. Out of excitement, they made a din with their loud laughing that resembled the sweet cooing of the cuckoos. So they appeared there and they were laughing, which were looking very sweet. And now Krishna's entry is there. You can see the next slide. Yes. So Krishna entered the swing arena with the left arm resting on Radharani's shoulder. And he was holding a flute. So in the right hand, he was twirling a lotus while his bangles shimmered happily. So as a pleasing peacock feather was there in the reddish turban that tilted attractively to one side. Krishna's elegant earrings and ear lotuses were swinging in the breeze created by the bees, and these bees were circling his head. Bees were circling his head, and by flapping their wings, they were creating a breeze. And because of that breeze, the lotuses in the ear of Krishna were moving. Fine cloth kissed his limbs, and he was lit by the jewels of his crown and bracelets. Krishna was shining attractively with pearl necklace, which were tinged red in color because of the rays coming from Kaustubh jewel, Kaustubh Madi. Light, delicate footsteps accented his graceful yet playful gait. Jeweled anklets and bells adorned his feet. Krishna, his splendid lips were shining, appeared somewhat drowsy from chewing betel nut. So he was chewing betel nut and he was looking very drowsy. Yet his effulgence easily defeated the combined radiance of all jewels adorning the ladies of heaven. So jewel was looking so effulgent. Krishna's effulgence took the shape of a jewel mace to announce his entrance into the bower of jewel trees. So as Krishna and his servant ascended the dais surrounding the swing, the birds screeched out, Jai, 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 victory, victory, victory. The trees and creepers felt such rapture that the limbs erupted with tiny bombs out of ecstasy. And from these trees, honey streamed down like torrents of tears. So honey was coming down. Just by seeing the scene, they were in love. So they're Kalpavruksha trees, not ordinary trees. When the peacock stared at Radha and Krishna, they thought as if they are seeing rain clouds flashing in lightning. So Krishna was looking like a rain cloud and Radharani was looking like lightning because Radharani is golden in color and Krishna is deep blue in color. So though knowing Radha and Krishna from before, due to their unprecedented love, the peacocks madly cried, Kyo, 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 Kyo. Kon ho, Kon ho. Who are these two persons? Who are these two persons? Hmm. And then denizens from heaven joined Radha and Krishna and the gopis to celebrate Jhulan Yatra. That you can see in the next slide. Yeah. Yes. So the demigods came there. So in attendance, there were charming charanas, male and female kimpurusas, The wives of Siddhas beating expertly on Madal and Pranam drums with their delicate hands. Spotless heavenly damsels from Swarga and Apsaras, directed by Urvasi, held chamaras, which were as radiant as waves in the Mandakini rivers. And they started showering fragrant flowers from the Nandan Kanan garlands, which were looking like glittering stars as if falling from the sky. And now you can see in the next slide. Yes, this scene which on which even great acharyas meditate. So in this atmosphere, Krishna mounted the attractive, comfortable seat of the swing, and Krishna was looking like regal crest jewel sitting on the cotton seat. The cloth covered the seat was whiter than foam, and that appeared during the churning of the milk ocean. So that means seat cover was white in color. Shining pillows also adorned the beautiful seat. Seeing that amazingly wonderful swing purified the vision and empowered the eyes to see other objects in a fresher way. So it was looking so beautiful. While the Devatas were playing music, Krishna and Radharani marveled at the intricate workmanship of the jeweled lamps which are illuminating the swing. So they were saying, "Oh, such beautiful jeweled lamps are there." Trembling out of ecstatic love, Radhika and her friends sat beside Krishna, who was resting his left arm on Radhika's shoulder. When Lord ascended the executive swing and displayed his sweet beauty, this beauty defeated the fickle currents of river of nectarine beauty. The Devatas and their wives lost all composure upon seeing the beauty of Krishna. Krishna was looking so beautiful. So now Devatas had a desire to get a closer view of divine couple, Radha and Krishna. So they moved out of their hearts, express their express it, their desire, but now their throats were choked. And with that hope, they left the middle of the sky and descended to more favorable lower borders of the sky so that they can see Krishna and Radharani very closely. So when Chandravali and other Gopi leaders beheld the special intimate feature of Krishna who was sitting on the swing, their eyes sparkled with blissful love. The gopis, adorned with colorful makeup and tingling belts, mounted their respective swings and started loudly singing the songs in appropriate tempo to encourage the swinging festival now. Chandravali and her group facing Krishna. So Chandravali is facing Krishna now. Bhadra and her associates sat on the right side of Krishna. Syama Sakhi and her followers were on the left side. Dhanya Sakhi is composed of unmarried gopis, and her assistants were sitting behind Krishna. So in this way, 4 outer yards and were crowded by the gopis. And other joyful gopis sang melodious songs with finest artistic skill. So their effulgent complexions conquered the garden of wooden creepers. As they softly vibrated their 7 string veenas, the gopis produced pleasing ambrosial music of unequaled excellence. So there was music. And now you can see in the next slide. Yeah. Yes. So holding on with one hand and swinging their bodies, gopis moved gazily on the swings as swarm of bees followed them. Yeah. Now you can see the next slide. So with their free hand, the gopis took fistful of powders, holy powders, from the bags tucked in their belts, and they forcefully threw it on the air with their bangles jingling along. Scattered here and there by the wind, The colorful colored powders spread a red hue throughout the sky. Sky became red, like a screen of fresh Java flowers. And because of their colors, Devatas were not able to see Krishna's pastimes now. So now to remove the colors, what they did is these are sovereign flowers so that the dust settles down. And it was appearing as if the clouds dripped flower nectar because so many flowers were dripped down so that they can see the divine couple. And as the manjaris were gracefully pushing the swings, Vrinda Devi and others sounded Jai Ho, Jai Ho, Jai Ho, Jai Ho. While blissfully absorbed in swings, Radha and Krishna hurled colored powders on the gopis. They took colored powders and they started throwing it on the gopis. When Chandravali and other Sakhis returned the volley with their own powders, Radha and Krishna revealed a unique state of fresh beauty. They were looking more beautiful in those colors. As the powders were thrown at Krishna and it blew away in the wind, the gopis filled their reddened hands with sandalwood powder and other fragrances to bomb Krishna again. So again they were throwing uh, sandalwood powders on Krishna. And now you can see the next slide. Yeah. Radha Rani's friends who were expert in shooting pichkaris, which were filled with sweet smelling colored water, assembled around the swing of Radha and Krishna. So suddenly Chandravali and her Sakhis attacked Radha and Krishna with pichkaris full of color. So that was Chandravali's group. With their jewel pichkaris rolled with sands and glittering like the moon, Radharani's Sakhis counteracted Chandravali's group. And Chandravali, both Chandravali and her group, with a fountain spray of color. So when too much color was going on Radha and Krishna, Radharani's group now attacked Chandravali's group and aimed mainly at Chandravali. The spray of liquid sand did not even once touch the bodies of Radha and Krishna. It directly went to Chandravali. So they were like, it was like a war. Chandravali was throwing colors on Krishna, and Radharani's group was started attacking now Chandravali in specific. Gathering their forces, Radharani's Sakhis, who were eager to win the battle of colors now, they were saying, we are winning, I'm winning, I'm winning, I'm winning. And in the pandemonium, a few more gopis picked up pichkaris and wildly squirted other gopis. So in this excitement to win, some bottles of liquid fell and broke, releasing thick streams of aguru and sandalwood scented liquid which fell on the ground. When the flower bombs were forcefully thrown in all the directions, they came too close to Krishna, and some of gopis would deflect them. Some gopis were there who deflect these colors. If, however, any bomb happened to hit the dark blue body of Krishna, Radhika would wipe it off by her soft hand, moistened from perspiration. So Radharani would remove that color. Being disturbed, now Krishna lost his composure upon seeing the condition of the gopis. That how gopis are like throwing so many colors on each other. So he was afflicted with pride and apprehension. So now to increase the pleasure of the two-eyed gopis who were gazing at him with shyness, looking like chakori birds agitated by the moon. Now Krishna abandoned all rules of formal conduct and he followed the whims of the Cupid. So like a Cupid, now he began to do his pastimes. Now you can see the next slide. Yes. So witty, humorous, controlled by his concert, the brother of Balram, Krishna, rolling his eyes in desire, challenged the group of gopis facing him on all sides and eager to play holy with him, who were eager to play holy with him. So now Krishna single-handedly was smashing colors here and there. Skillful at sport, Hari smashed the gopis in the southern direction with a deluge of colors. First he smashed the with colors the gopis who were in the southern direction. Now, while moving on their swings and firing red powder at Krishna, the beautiful gopis appeared like a victory flags of cleverness. Gopis were swinging on the swing also and throwing red powder at Krishna. And now Krishna was also swinging. Simultaneously, now he subdued the blissful girls on the northern side. First on the southern side, now on the northern side. Then he defeated the gopis and their associates in the western direction, who kept swinging the whole time while strongly desiring pastimes of enjoyment. So their eyes and bodies, defeated by the beauty of lakes full of lotus flowers, with lotus flowers red in color, they were also looking red in color. Then Krishna conquered the elegant, excited women on the eastern side. So first south, then north, then west, now east, who were particularly attractive, being seated on the swing directly opposite to him. So they were just directly opposite to him. So while swinging and throwing ruby red powder with his lotus hands, Krishna shared a seat with Radhika, who possesses the limit of all excellent qualities. So after winning the battle of Holi by smashing all the gopis, Krishna, smiling brilliantly, desired to please the different gopis, groups of singing gopis. Starting in the eastern direction, he faced each group and dexterously moved his swing in two different directions. So when Krishna swung east or west, so that means he was swinging like this also, and he was swinging left and right also. So when Krishna swung east or west, he moved the swing directly towards the gopis in those directions. So when he would move in the eastern direction, he would throw colors on the east direction. When he would move in the west direction, he would throw colors on the west direction. And when he swung to the north or south, those gopis sat next to him. So northern side, southern directions, gopis were sitting next to him. So like east west were like this, north south were on the side. They were sitting next to him. In the joy of such encounter swinging, Krishna's necklaces, forest garlands, and all shining earrings joined in the festival. They were also dancing. So like Krishna was swinging, his necklace, Vajanti Mala, earrings, they were also swinging. And that concludes the uh, Holi festival also. Now, yes. Okay. So now Kavi Kanpur, he basically winds up the entire book, and he says there are two types of Krishna's pastimes. One is called Prakat Leela and Aprakat Leela. Prakat Leela is the manifest one. Aprakat Leela is the unmanifest one. And then he says that with a description of Radha and Krishna's Jhulan Yatra, I, Kavi Karnapur, the crest jewel of all Rasikas, conclude the book entitled Anand Vrindavan Champu, which parallels the Vrindavan pastimes of the Lord described in Srimad Bhagavatam. And then he says, I have not described chapters like Gopi's songs in separation, killing of Aristasur and Kesi, coming of Akrura, Krishna's entering in Kansa's wrestling arena, because I consider them to be unsuitable for sweet mood of Madhurya Vrindavan. So I didn't explain those pastimes. The confidential pastimes of Krishna, the embodiment of transcendental wonder, are eternal by nature. And they're constantly present in their manifest and unmanifest forms. So even now, those who are great souls still can witness those pastimes in Vrindavan. So they're unmanifest to our eyes, but they're manifest to their eyes. And then he says, what is the proof? What is the proof that Krishna's transcendental abode of Vrindavan exists eternally, though it is invisible to material eye? So he gives the proof by quoting this verse from Srimad Bhagavatam that you can see in the next slide. Yeah. Jayati Jannivaso Deviki Janmavado Yaduvar Parisatsve Durbid Asanna Dharmam सचर्वजिघ्ना सुस्मित श्रीमुखेन व्रजपुरवनितानां वर्ध्यं कामदेवम्. Yeah. So this verse is Lord Sri Krishna is he who is known as Jananivas, the ultimate resort of all living entities, and who is also known as Deviki Nandan or Yashoda Nandan, the son of Deviki and Yashoda. He is the guide of Yadu dynasty, Yuduvar Parisat Swer, Durbe Asana Dharma. And with his mighty arms, he kills everything inauspicious, as well as every man who is inauspicious. Hmm. इसी चार विघ्ना सुस्मित सी मुखेना व्रजपुर वर्णितनाम वर्धम कामदेवम. By his presence, he destroys all things inauspicious for all living entities, moving and inert. His blissful smiling, Susmita Sri Mukhena. So his blissful smiling face always increases the lusty desires of the gopis of Vrindavan. May he be all glorious and happy. So the thing which he points out is that this verse is given in the present tense after the Bhagavatam's pastimes are completed. So this shows the eternal nature of Krishna's pastimes. That means even now these pastimes are happening. So that's what Bhagavatam says. So it should be understood that the eternality of Krishna's pastime is preserved by his inconceivable energy, Achintya Sakti. This spiritual energy produces both manifest and unmanifest abodes. So one can't say that Krishna, who possesses inconceivable energy, doesn't have the power to maintain eternal places of manifest and unmanifest pastimes. So nobody can say, because although Krishna's pastimes are unmanifest, still he can maintain them. Nor it can be said that his younger lovers, the lotus-eyed gopis of Vrindavan, can't be divided into groups like Nitya Siddha gopis, Sadhana Siddha gopis, Srutichari gopis, Munichari gopis. For Krishna, anything is possible. He can divide them. Nor can Vrindavan, the place of his transcendental pastimes, exist in an unmanifest state. It can. We know the pastime of one of our acharyas showing how these steps of Kisi Ghat are made of such invaluable joys. So when one of the Mughals came to Vrindavan and he said, I want to do something for Vrindavan. So that one of our acharyas so told that, okay, there is the step of Kisi Ghat is broken, you repair it. And when he showed the unmanifest pastime, that how it is so made of such costly jewels, he said, I'm incapable of repairing this step. And then he says, why can't the pastime of Hari in Vrindavan be both manifest and unmanifest eternally? A person fond of arguing, give answer to this one question. Do the manifest and unmanifest pastimes exist eternally or and simultaneously? Do they appear or don't appear? So there are millions of universes, and as pastime ends in one universe, it simultaneously manifests in another. So our acharyas have given this uh, analogy so many times, including Prabhupada. Like sun is rising in one place of the planet, then it rises on other place, then other place, and other place, and another place. Sun is on the top of the head in one planet, one place of the universe, not universe, sorry, Earth. Then on the other place, and on the other place, and another place. It's like currently it may be 8 8 in India, then it will be 8 8 at another place, then another place, another place. So similarly, suns in various phases appears in different places of the universe. Similarly, Krishna's pastime, each of the pastimes, like Krishna kills Putana in one universe, then other universe, then other universe, and the other universe. So that is how Krishna's pastimes continue. They don't, they don't, uh, it's not that they appear, not appear, they are not born and they die, the pastimes, they appear and disappear. Yes. And then he says, if they do not start in a particular universe, what is the question of disappearing? According to this method, the manifest pastimes remain eternally, always situated some particular place. It always remains. It is just like the sun, seemingly moving through days and nights and appearing sequentially in all seven continents. So same thing which I told just now. Mm. Sun in different phases appears in different parts of the world. Although pastime seems to disappear in one universe, it actually continues to exist there in unlimited, unmanifest forms. Like Krishna has killed Putana here, he is going to manifest that pastime in some other universe. But in this universe also, Krishna is killing Putana all the time in his unmanifest pastime, Uppercut Leela. And then Kavi Kanpur says, it reveals itself through different characteristics as described in Sadhan Goswami's Brihad Bhagavatamrita. And he gives a proof. How could one Krishna simultaneously enter different temples to marry each of the 16,000 women along with inhabitants of Dwarka and also manifest himself in many forms along with forms of all his elders such as Vasudev? Because in every place when Krishna had wanted to marry, not just Krishna expanded, Vasudev, Devaki, all the elders in Dwarka, they also expanded because they had to participate in the rituals. So when Krishna could do that at that time, why can't Krishna do it now by having Aprakat Leela? And then he says, just as Krishna, without any assistance from his expansions, manifested many forms of himself and his associates in Dwarka, could he not also manifest such things in Vrindavan? If he can do in Dwarka, why can't he do in Vrindavan? So Srimad Bhagavatam conclusively proves that Krishna is full of unlimited powers. परास शक्ति देव श्रूयते स्वभाव की ज्ञान बल क्रिया च. So though he stays eternally in Vrindavan, in his Aprakat Leela, he goes off to Mathura in Prakat Leela. In his unmanifest form, Krishna stays in Vrindavan and eternally performs pastimes with gopis. So that's why Rupa Goswami would say, hmm, ah, Padam ekam na gachati. Krishna never leaves Vrindavan. He doesn't put a step out of Vrindavan. Vrindavan parityaja padam ekam na gachati. Krishna doesn't leave Vrindavan and put a step out of Vrindavan. So Krishna also burned in separation from the gopis in his manifest form. So he didn't leave Vrindavan. At the same time, when he went to Dwarka, he was feeling separation from gopis in Dwarka. So it is said, therefore, that is nothing is impossible or astonishing for Supreme Person, Yashodanandan, Krishna, who is full of unlimited powers and beyond all conceptions. So if Krishna is Devaki Nandan in Mathura and Dwarka, showed such greatness in marrying all the princesses, could he not do much more as Yashodanandan? Because ultimately Yashodanandan only manifests as Devaki Nandan. His most perfect and complete manifestation. That's Yashodanandan. All such things perfectly befit the unlimited nature of Krishna. And then he says, Kavi Kavanpur, the son of Shivanand Sen, whose very life is Sri Chaitanya, has written this Champu with a wealth of poetic knowledge. It has arisen by the mercy of Sri Krishna Chaitanya and by the pure intelligence attained by remembrance of lotus feet of Srinatha. Srinatha is his spiritual master. So that is how Kavi Kanpur ends this Anand Vrindavan Champu. Hari Hari. Yes. So could devotees get some time for a presentation? Could somebody prepare it? Doesn't seem so. No problem. Yeah. Yes, Aditi Gaur.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji, Dandath Pranam.
Hari Hari.
Prabhuji, I was some days before I read it somewhere. Prabhupada wrote this letter to someone. He or she, whoever it was, he asked Prabhupada that where Kunti Maharani and where Arjun is. Matlab,
Mm-hmm.
are they in Golok Vrindavan? So
Mm-hmm.
Prabhupada writes, no, they are not in Golok Vrindavan. They are eternal Krishna's associates. So they are simultaneously present in different universes.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know why I said this, but I sometimes think that how, well, I can understand this is like that, but have they never went? Well, I related this something from here right now,
And
but I
manifest.
was, yeah, unmanifest wali cheese.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, it's very. I, I am very. I understood it, but
Mm-hmm.
I was thinking how it is so. Matlab, of course, Prabhupada also wrote in that letter that this is the potency of the soul, that it can be, and they were because they were the eternal associates of Krishna, so
Oh,
they had
you're talking about expansion.
not expansion, Prabhuji.
Hmm.
Matlab, if Arjun is here in this universe, at the same time he is also in another universe.
Yeah, that's called expansion, na?
Oh, that's expansion. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Sorry, I understood that Krishna Balaram wala
Ah, and
expansion.
see, that's not difficult. Actually, maybe I told you this answer. Like, on even on the level of mind, even on the level of mind, there is no foundation of time and space for the living being.
Hmm.
I think I asked you only this question.
Yes, yes, I asked, I think something different question. Last month,
Ah,
last
last
week
class.
only.
Yes. So, like, we can think of the past, we can think of the future. So, we are not bound by time in the level of mind. Similarly, I can be here and think of maybe in Mayapur. So,
Hmm.
immediately I can be in Mayapur on the level of mind.
Hmm.
So, even on the subtle platform, there is no foundation of space and time. What to say on the spiritual platform? So, the spiritual platform, not just Krishna, even living entities, they share a lot of powers with Krishna. Uh, if you see, this is from the Australian edition of Chaitanya Tamrit
Okay.
introduction. So there Prabhupada writes something amazing. He says, Angani yasa saklendra vitti manti, one body part acting like another, is not just for Krishna, it's for the living entities too.
Hmm.
That means in the spiritual world, people can eat with their eyes, smell from their ears. So all these incapabilities are only there in mental senses, not in the spiritual senses. So there are out of 64 qualities, hmm, 50 are common among the living entities and Krishna. So even living entities
Hmm.
share a part of opulences. Like Prahlad Maharaj is there in Sutalloka. Prahlad Maharaj is there in the Vaikuntha with Lord Dev. And Prahlad Maharaj simultaneously appears in the body of Haridas Thakur.
Hmm.
In the body of Haridas Thakur, Brahmaji is there, Prahlad Maharaj is there, eternal personality Haridas Thakur is there.
Hmm.
So who is where and how these foundations are there? No foundations in the spiritual realm, not at all. So it's like beyond our comprehension.
Hmm.
So they can expand unlimitedly. Like Hanumanji is there in Kimpur's Varsa. And Hanumanji has to be there wherever Lord Ram is performing his pastimes also now.
Hmm.
So in this way, it's true for all the eternal living entities. What to say of that? They have different expansions and they may be doing different activities also. Like for example, Sridama. Sridama is there with Krishna. Hmm. And just now we saw that he appeared as Sangachuda also in a separate pastime.
Hmm.
As far as I remember, I think this is from Bharat Bhaktamrit. Sridama also expands as Garuna, who becomes carrier of Lord Narayan.
Hmm.
And so many Vaikuntha planets there, so many Garunas are there. He also becomes Garona in the heavenly planets. One of the Bhumandalas, one of the islands, has Garona as a Garona as the chief entity or the chief devotee. So that's why even pure devotees are unlimitedly powerful. Foundations are because of these gross and subtle bodies. As soon as these foundations are gone, no, there are unlimited powers with the people, living entities. They can control time, like we were discussing last time.
Hmm.
Any queen wanted, oh, this would be night time only. Only night time would remain. Whenever they want morning time would be there. So they could control times. So Krishna practically he shares his opulences with the devotees. See, many times people ask, na, this one famous question which I've heard mostly from the youths. Why did why did Lord not make us God? If he had a desire to become God, God should have made us God. Actually, Krishna does share opulence with his devotees. And Prabhupada would say many times in his lectures that all these Mayavadis want to become God, but if you become a devotee, you become greater than God. In the sense, you can control Krishna. So why you want to become God? Become greater than God. That is how Prabhupada would encourage. So even living entities has unlimited opulences.
So Prabhuji, so these eternal associates of Krishna, they don't know that they are here also and there also. Matlab, I just think I don't
No,
know.
see, they may
Maybe
be
growing
there,
up I
they
might
may be
get that.
there, they may be there, and at the same time, they may be enjoying all these things. Like, for example, many times we have a desire, oh, I would admit this place also, that place also, simultaneously. But we can't do parallel things, na, because we are bound
Hmm.
by this body. But the very fact we have this desire means that this desire must be there in the soul.
Yeah.
And then in the Chintamani Dham, it must be getting fulfilled, na. Like, for example, sometimes devotees would worry, oh, what to do? I have attraction for nursing dev also, I have attraction for Radha Madhav also. I have attraction for Pantattva also. What will happen? I will go to one place and miss the other personality. No, you can expand. You can expand. Hmm.
Hmm.
There's a pastime in one of the Puranas which says that uh, there were some people in Vaikuntha, they happened to be Nad Muni. And Nad Muni started speaking pastimes of Krishna. So they became so attracted, they said that no, we want to go to Goloka. So Nad Muni gave them Gopal Mantra. So they chant Gopal Mantra and then they got sufficient attraction to go to Golok Vrindavan. Then they went to Lord Narayan and said that, my dear Lord, uh, we want to go to Goloka. Lord Narayan said, very difficult to go. And then they said, no, no, we chanted Gopal Mantra. So Lord Narayan said, yeah, you can go there. Now, one devotee sitting in the audience, when he was hearing this pastime, he raised his hand, he said that would be a eternal injustice to the wife of that devotee who has gone to Goloka. Because then there will be divorce. He's eternally going to go into Goloka. So then the sannyasi was giving the class was saying that not like that, they can expand. They can expand. So expansions are possible in the spiritual realm. We will get more than what we are expecting when we go there. I won't quote that devotee's name. One of the Prabhupada disciples were telling that uh, another Prabhupada disciple, he saw Tamal Krishna Maharaj in a dream. And Tamal Krishna Maharaj was telling him that, come here, it is more beautiful than what we read in the books.
My God.
It's more beautiful than what we read in the books. So it's like a really beautiful place which we are aspiring for. Certain things we can't even conceive, we will get it there. So we should be very eager to go and meet Krishna there. Very.
Prabhuji, this only thing, matlab, being here also, being in Mayapur also, being in Vrindavan also, this only thing is, I think, enough to think like that to go to Golok, because these boundaries because of the gross body is unnecessary.
Yeah. So you, all of you bless me. I can also cross over these boundaries. Hari, Hari. Yes, Asutosh Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Dandvat Pranam. Prabhuji, want to take a moment to thank you for helping me personally in meditating little more about the pastimes of Krishna and what I've read on and off because life has been like little tricky over here. What I've read on and off and heard from you really helped me in at least sharing some of this with other devotees as well as for my own self. I have to practice it more, but to meditate, it helps sometimes. Uh, Mind is really an animal for us, at least for me. So that is a challenge. But I wanted to hear from your experiences that you have probably got to the core of Anand Vrindavan Champu, you and Mataji, because she created those beautiful imagery that gave us the immersive feelings all the time when we go through these pictures. Otherwise, words are words. What are your favorite pastimes and what helped you in meditating more? So I want to just learn from your experience, Prabhuji. Thank you.
See, for us, like we had to go through it anyway, and really speaking, it's like nectar for me. Every time one pastime would be over, and I would be feeling longing. My God, no, this pastime is over now. And for me, it's like Anand, when the one Champu is getting over is, I'm not so happy. I wish that now this could have been
Your
eternal thing. But really speaking, when we go enter in the uh, details which are given in the Anand Champu, so initially there is certain austerity. When I read for first time, I could say that in the sense that we had to really meditate because meditating through mind is not easy. But once you enter in it, it's like such a sweet nectar, such a sweet nectar, which is not available anywhere in the entire creation. So actually, every day when I go to washroom, I put on Anandavan Champu audio. So I keep on hearing it again and again and again and again, wishing no one day I'll really enter in the pastimes. So it's really so sweet. Because the way Kavi Kanpur has given details, so sometimes it looks like austerity for few devotees who express to me
feel
that no, Prabhu, too many details are there. But if we fix our mind in those details and we can enter in it, it's so sweet. It's like practically picturizing the entire thing. When only superficial things are there, then it becomes difficult to picturize. But when details are given, like Krishna entering in the arena, festival arena, so many details are given. So now, if we think, oh, why so many details? But if we get into the details, we can picturize it entirely how Krishna is looking at that time. So this is like incredible experience. It's unparalleled, I would say. So really,
thank you, Prabhuji. Yeah. I'm so looking forward to your next classes also because it will be it I mean sometimes things are busy, sometimes it's settled down. Sometimes we are also in a mood where we want to connect more. And my personal experience, I go through your other videos as well, and I just want to share that the knowledge that I get from those videos, like Bhakti Shastri, even from the bird eye view you gave for Srimad Bhagavatam on your channel, it's amazing. I mean, there's so much to learn, so much to grow our consciousness going through those videos itself. It's Prabhu, it's a great service actually. For neophytes like me, it truly helps. Thank you for everything you do, Prabhu. Thank you.
thank you for encouraging me. If devotees are getting benefit, then it's like my service is perfected. Thank you. Yes, Aditya Gorpo.
For
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Yeah, Prabhuji, I also wanted to say something like that only. Thank you so much, Prabhuji, for such a nectarian doses for us. Matlab, yeah, for me, of course, all the chapters are very beautiful, but for me, in which I felt ki, oh my God, I have entered, at least tried to enter, or whatever,
The
but was the chapter of the Vastraran Leela. It was very beautiful. I still can picturize what I was hearing, it was very beautiful. The way you tell things and go in details. Uh, Another Leela which I remember you went in detail was the Shaktasur Leela. I guess I am remembering it rightly. What was the Asura's name? I forgot, that donkey one.
That's Agasur.
Agasur. Yeah, the Agasur Leela. I still remember, and whenever I
Uh,
remember
no,
Govardhan,
sorry, not Agasur, Dhenukasur, Dhenukasur. Yes,
Dhenukasur.
yes.
Okay. So whenever I remember Govardhan, I feel no one knows about this. That Agasur, right?
No, Dhenukasur, Dhenukasur.
Dhenukasur.
Yeah.
Dhenukasur also picked up, and the fight went on. And yeah, thank you so much, Roji, for sharing extra details. And yeah, like sometime it happens, right? Ki if I'm hearing someone's lecture, I can kind of understand that if how he has prepared. Matlab, I'm not judging, but if I hear some exalted devotee's lecture, I it without even trying it goes into the heart. But if someone else is speaking, maybe some neophyte or something like that, so we have to try to understand it more by ourselves. So by your the way you described everything, was just uh, effortless for me to understand everything. So yeah, thank you so much, Roji, for all the efforts you the of course the slides you made, Mataji also made, was just very fantastic, very beautiful. Matlab, yeah, many of the things were not, I didn't have to personally have to picturize it myself. Things were in front of me, so I can think. And yeah, thank you so much, Proji, for everything. Of course, again, this is yeah, this is not the last meet. Of course, you'll be having more. We'll be having more classes. And also, Prabhuji, last time the Sankri Kaur Mataji mentioned about the passcode, so please share that also, Prabhuji.
Yeah, yeah. So maybe what you can do is you send me just a message.
Hmm.
You already have my numbers like on the group is there. So then, yes. So, sorry. So I'll do
Prabhuji,
like,
our plan is to humble you right here. No, thank you, Prabhuji. Thank you. Krishna's mercy.
so we like to thank all the devotees. So for me, it was like, really speaking, it was my dream for me because when it comes to philosophy and other classes, I give it a lot. But I really wanted to share this Anand Vrindavan Champu in detail with devotees. Other times also I would give, but it was like I never had a opportunity to give a full thing in such a detailed way. Once I remember I gave a class in Chitrakoot. It was for 5 hours. We were sitting on a rock and just discussing this Anand Vrindavan Champu. But apart from that, I never got to like give it in such a systematic way along with the slides and everything after that. So it was a dream for me. Certainly, it was a dream to fulfill the dream of Sri Bhakti Saraswati Thakur about Kavi Karnapur. First time when I heard the pastime of Kavi Karnapur in Chatan Leela. So that time I had a desire to know more about him. So uh, I got opportunity to serve him also and serve all of you also. So thank you for allowing me to give this course. And really feeling, I was feeling as if this course would not never end, but what to do, it has to come to an end. Let us wait. I'm also grateful to Jan Pru. Jan Pru had organized all this course. And because of him, I'm able to serve the acharyas, especially Srila Bhakti Thakur had a desire that all these literatures should be read by the devotees all over the world. Because our acharyas have put so much effort in producing all these literatures. But somehow, if devotees' lives become so busy that they can't read these literatures, then I think we would be at a loss. But I'm very grateful to my Pune Institute and also Janpru that he's like paving the way by which so many devotees throughout the world would get access to the teaching of these acharyas. Hari, thank you. Sri Anand Vrindavan Champu ki jai. Shiv Kavi Karpur. Yes, Aditi Karpur.
So
Last
sorry,
comment.
Prabhuji. So sorry. Prabhuji, what is your favorite chapter?
Hmm. For me, really speaking, it was Gopi Gita.
I missed that.
Yeah,
I'll hear.
yes.
I'll hear.
And Gopi Gita, really, when I was giving it, was like, for me, it was flowing of nectar. Generally, because I have my DTs, Nitin Chandra Gaur Chandra,
Jai.
which are
I've
like
seen
this,
your
just
DP,
the right,
Prabhuji.
yeah, right side.
Can you do like this, Prabhuji?
Okay, maybe
Haribol,
they are there.
joy.
Currently, they are in summer dress. We have kept them
Hmm.
minimum clothes. So,
Jai.
because Lord Chaitanya uh, was pleased by Pratap Rudra because he had Gopi Gita. So, we recite every day Gopi Gita.
Wow.
So, the way Kavi Kanpur has set it in form of a conversation, it was like very beautiful. So, this is something which really touched my heart. Also, the pastime of another was the pastime of course, all the pastimes are beautiful. Among the childhood pastimes, the pastime of Krishna wanting moon, those conversations.
Hmm.
So that I really liked. So these are the two pastimes that really touched my heart. Sorry.
Jai. Thank you so much, Prabhuji.
Thank you. श्री आनंद चंपू की जय कवि कर्णपुर की जय श्री भक्ति सांस्कृतिक ठाकुर की जय शिल्पोपाद की जय वान सकल पत्रु वैसा के पसंद है प्रधान पावन वैष्णव नमः शिल्पोपाद की जय हरे कृष्ण
Hare Krishna,
थैंक
Prabhuji.